if you found yourself working 40, 50 hours per week on your agency, and you have zero results, you're still stuck on 1-2 clients, or maybe you're just starting out and you don't have any clients, it might be because you're working in your business instead of working on your business. So in today's video, I want to show you how you can start building a team, how to find the outsourcer for your agency so you can delegate the tasks that you as a business owner should not do, and actually focus on the most important things to actually start growing your agency, get more clients, get sales, and scale it to the 6 figures mark. So that's what we're going to talking about. I'll show you some simple tricks how when I was starting out, how I was able to find a really talented people to help me build and grow business, help me grow my business. And I'll show you some platforms and services we use to find talents to add to my team. And this is going to be like step-by-step guide how to find outsources, how to find the right people to your company so you can grow it faster and just have that build that 6-figure social media marketing agency. We're gonna talk about some rule of thumbs, simple rules when you actually should start looking for outsourcers, looking for people to build your team, and what do you need to do before before start looking for them. So first thing first, before hiring anyone to your agency to help you out, you need to remember that you must know and know exactly how to do the task that you're looking somebody to hire. For example, if you're looking to hire someone to run Facebook ads for you, you must do it first yourself. You must have some experience and and try it yourself before hiring. Because think about it this way: if you would hire someone and you have not done it yourself, you have no idea the processes behind it, what should be the KPIs, key performance indicators, and how it should look like. So why do you expect someone else produce the results for you if you haven't, if you don't have any experience in that, and you just you won't even be able actually to control the results over. You won't have any control over it because that person will take care of everything, and you wouldn't know exactly where the numbers should be. So it's really important. So first, you need to do it yourself. You need to, have some skin in the game. You need to start actually, implement it yourself before hiring the person for that task. For example, it could be as simple as, hiring someone to create content for your Facebook ads, right? Just actual images. Maybe you need a graphic designer or videographer, someone who will create video content for your clients. So before doing that, you must have at least basic skills and have done it yourself before looking for somebody else, because then you would have better understanding. You would know exactly how you can actually what type of person you should hire, so that person will stay long term. Because I've done it, trial and error, and I've spoke to over 500 people trying to find the right people to to build my team. So that's like a slow, gradual transition to when you should start hiring. So when you should start looking, for that outsourcer. So the first thing first, if you're just starting out an agency, and let's say you don't have any clients, or maybe you have one client, you total beginner, do not go out there and look for outsourcing all your, maybe it's Facebook ads or service delivery. Focus first, at least getting some getting your foot wet, and just actually getting some trying to do it yourself. If you have maybe if you took maybe some courses or something, or you learned, or you have a mentor that you learn from, so you know exactly how to implement that, then you can actually implement it yourself and get to 5-6 figures. And you don't need to build a huge team or like start looking to outsource when you're just starting out, because you can manage ads yourself, because it takes 20 minutes a week if you have set up the right ads, and they keep running. So you don't have to every single day setting up new ad. It literally takes 20-30 minutes a week to manage some ads, make sure that everything is running. So at the first stage of your agency, you will find yourself obviously doing the work yourself. But once you get some skin in the game, once you have the processes, once you see that, okay, this is for this client, this type of ads working. So then once you you learn exactly what type or how much cost per lead, what are your KPIs for that type of niche, for that type of client, then you can outsource it, find someone who will run for you, because then you can actually train them, and you can train them, show them what you expect and what it should be. So then they will get better results, and they will become better. They'll become part of your agency. And I see that a lot of people making huge mistake when they start agency. They start looking for someone. They're looking for like what I call tens, right? From 0 to 10, they're looking for the top performing people, the best in the industry, who could run Facebook ads or YouTube ads, whatever it is. And there is nothing wrong with that. If you already know how it should perform, your KPIs and how it should all work. However, if you have no idea how it works, why should you expect for somebody else to know your numbers, to know your product and everything? If even if they top in the industry, you need to know your numbers. You need to know exactly how it works before hiring someone to and delegate this type of tasks, because it's super important. So what I recommend you to do is start getting some food in feet in the game. I hope this is the right expression, but start having some skin in the game, start doing it yourself, and then start outsourcing and looking, because you can grow easily your agents to over 6 figures, to 10K, 20K, even 20. I was doing all my work by myself when I had when I was making like 8K a month with my agency, and literally it was taking me like 3 to 5 hours a week to manage all my clients' ads, because literally it doesn't take that much of the time to manage ads. The main thing that you need to be focusing is sales, like getting sales for a company. That's the main attribute to your success, and getting more, and scaling your agency. So again, focus. You can easily get to your agency to 6 figures, just one-man show, just by yourself. And then once you know that you know your numbers, you know how it works, you know how to set up ads, you know what content needs to be produced, then you can go ahead and start building a team, start outsource the work that you know exactly who you need to hire. And that's what I'm going to be showing you today in this video. Once you get after you get to that point, but also again, make sure to first focus on the most important things on your agency, getting sales and setting up ads. If you have the right strategies, if you have some blueprint to follow, maybe you have a mentor or you took some courses, then you should not have any problem with this, because you should have the you have the roadmap to get clients, right? And then to set up ads, if you have the blueprint to follow, you just set it up ads, it runs, you just check them, you check your ads every other day, see if they're getting results, and then you just create new ads in 2 weeks, because some of our ads are last like months and we don't change, and it's running, it getting results for our clients, they are happy, they're making sales, and it takes very little time of managing ads and get results for your clients after you have set up and after you have the winning map, how to get results for a specific niche or for a specific client. So right now I'm going to be sharing with you tips after once you're on that level, when you want to hire people, start building a team, find someone to outsource the work. And again, you can start looking for someone when you have 4 or 5 clients. So then you can start looking for building a team, finding someone to delegate these tasks. But again, at the end of the day, what matters is if you have done it yourself and you see that it's a repeatable process, right? For example, maybe it's content creation. So you obviously can go ahead and find someone for content, for that type of client. And you can find someone who will create this type of content, because it will take you a lot of time. So again, depending on what service you close your client, but 90% of the time it will be Facebook ads, right? So again, you would need to do it yourself, learn, know your numbers before you would start outsourcing Facebook ads to somebody else. But if if you close client for social media marketing, actual managing, so then yes, you create yourself some posts of what do you discuss with your client, and then go ahead and find someone who would do this type of post. But then you would train them and show them what your clients expect, so you will be so you get the result that you want from that from the person you're gonna hire. So this is super important, and that's why I'm gonna teach you one of the methods I call 5-star to 10 stars, how to find people. Because the goal is, when you going to start building a team, when you start outsourcing the work, you want to look at what I call on 5 stars, meaning that you don't want to you don't want to hire people who are 10, because first they're gonna charge you arm and a leg, and most likely a lot of them already, like, since they are top performing in the industry, they not only gonna charge you a lot, but also they sometimes they feel like they in control, and it's really hard. They not loyal, and they will not stay for the long term. So that's why I like to hire people who are like 3 to 5 stars, meaning that they skills, as long as they, and that's what we're going to talk a little bit later in this video, as long as they have understanding, as long as they have that hunger, and they're willing to learn and follow the instructions, this is the people that will stay with you for a long term. This is going to help you build a real long-term business, real agencies. So that's super important, to look for people in who has some skills, and the people that are willing to learn, but they are still not there. They are still not at 10 stars, 10 points. They're still not super professional, but they had some experience, and they are hungry to learn more, and they coachable. And these type of people, this is the people that it's, if you find those, it's it's like a diamonds. So right now we're going to talk about 2 services that you can use to find those type of people. So first service is, let me just pull it up right now. So this is called Fiverr. So I like to use this platform for this just small task. For example, if I need someone to write captions for my Facebook ad, right? So you can go. This service is amazing for a short-term projects. So if you go here and type captions, and then let's say just type captions or video, and then or like subtitles, right? So you see SRT subtitles, they have okay, we're gonna click got it, and then we have, let's say, this person. So it says, I'm sorry about that. So this person, we have she'll go ahead and create the subtitles for videos, and it's for $5. So you can hire someone to make this type of video subtitles for your Facebook ad, which will increase conversion. So this is super. Look, for $5 you can hire someone. So that's what we use Fiverr for like short-term projects, something small, because you're just looking for outsource real quick and get them set up. Do this small task that will take you a lot of time, which is you need to outsource this type of work. So if you need to create subtitles, or maybe if you want to make animated video for your client, so you just type animated video, and then look, you can find people for like $45 to create for you animated video. Look at those, like, has 4.9 stars. Here we have this guy, he has 5 stars reviews, $65. And by the way, a lot of them, we were recently hiring animator who will make this type of videos. A lot of them actually will provide even a voiceover, like professional voiceover made for like $65. This is like absolute game changer. You could use this video for YouTube ads for a client. You can use on Facebook, and this could be an amazing ad for your clients. So this is called Fiverr.com. It's we use it for like small short-term projects. Now, when when you want to get to the next level, I recommend to use and find someone for a long term. I recommend using, it's called Upwork.com, and this is a platform where you can find actually talented people. It's like a freelance platform where you can create an account. It's absolutely for free, and then you can post a job that you have, and you can word it the way that you're actually looking for someone to hire and to build a team, to hire for the long term. And I'll right now explain what you should look out, because it took me a lot of interviews, a lot of work before I figured out how to find the right people. And again, another like rule of thumb, when you are looking for people on Upwork, remember, because after you post a job, you'll get hundreds of people applying. If it's something, especially if it's like SEO, right? You will get, seriously, you'll get 50 to 100 people applying for a job. So it's hard to actually find who would be the right person. And the rule of thumb is never ever hire the first person you see, or the first person you speak to. Again, I failed so many times, and wasted so much money on refunds and like figuring out when I was just go ahead and hire with the first person. Even though it seems like it's a good fit, you always want to have multiple choices and speak to a few people before you actually hire someone right off the bat. So how are you gonna do this? After you set up an account with Upwork, all you need to do is click on jobs, and then it's gonna take you to this page, and then you're gonna click on post a job. And right now, I'll walk you through the process that not a lot of people know how to get the most out of your Upwork. So we have here getting started. What would you like to do? First is a short-term project or dedicated long-term work. So again, I like for the short-term projects, let's say if it's like, as I was showing, a subtitles or like animated video, I like to use Fiverr. So for on Upwork, we're looking for developers, if it's a software developer, or if it's someone who is it's like a media buyer who will run our ads. So we're usually looking for people 3 months plus. So we're gonna click on the second option. Again, you can also hire people for the short-term projects. You'll just choose this option. So we're gonna go with the second option, then gonna click continue. And so let's say enter the name of your job post. So it will be, in our case, because we're not looking for expert, again, we want someone who has some experience, who has good reviews, and actually they've been in the industry, so we can actually train them and show what works, or record simple videos of you setting up ads for your clients, so they can just follow the process. And again, they don't have to be an expert, because as you know, you have the system to follow, you know how to get results. Then you just train them, so they will become long-term teammates for your business. So then it's automatically will populate the category, will be social media marketing. Then we'll go click on next. And description. So here are some rules that I like to put in description. You want to always start with a headline of the description, who you're looking for, and what is the application process looks like. Because if you just post, oh, hey, I'm looking for the person who can help me run Facebook ads, and and that's it, or maybe a few other sentences, a lot of people will just ignore it, or they will look at your job post, and it's gonna look like it's just another freelancer trying to hire a freelancer. So you want to act here as a company. You want to you want to show people that even if it's just one-man show, just you want to you want people to see that you are as a company. So then you will attract higher quality people and better talents, even though they're just starting out. And right now we also will talk about some cool stuff. It's called rising star, people who actually on Upwork recently, and you can hire them inexpensively, and they're absolutely they absolutely crushing and helping you and getting amazing results. So we'll talk about this in a second. There's a lot of stuff I want to share. Just I don't want to make this video too long, but because it's entire, like I can speak for hours of hiring, of personality types, and on what you should look at the person, depending on the task and depending on the on what type of service you're looking to hire them. But let's do like step by step. And so first, again, description. In our case, I have copied some of our previous descriptions. So this kind of the blueprint that you can follow, just an idea for you. So you're gonna say, hey, we're looking to our team a talented, let's say, video editor who knows and understands marketing and is excellent in creating and editing YouTube or Facebook ads. Must have prior experience and show us samples of work. So the next step is, describe what how many hours you would need them for. So for the budget, I usually like to put like TBD, which means to be determined. And so this will help you actually to to find out and hire people on a fixed price, so you can save some money, especially if you're just starting out, right? You might not have a ton of money. However, if you're already later down the road and you build a big agency, so we still use this method, because then we can find and see what that person cares about. If they care about, money is the first thing they care about, or they really care about gaining more experience. They love to to get trained. They love to be part of the amazing culture in the company. And if that's what they're looking for, usually they have no problem discussing the budget with you on video calls. That's why it's so important. Do not tell the budget right away, because it's like in sales, right? You don't want to give out the price on the first once you just start 2 minutes down the conversation with the potential client. You want to first find out what they care about, see if they're good fit, and then discuss the pricing. It's exactly the same process, so we don't want to give out the budget right away. So usually you can put like that, and then duration. So you can put depending on for how long you're looking to hire the person. And then application process, super important. On the application process, you need to explain how it will how the application process look like, so they will expect what are the next steps. So here we say answer the screening questions, and this is super important. You want to add a screening questions in your job post. If you won't do that, you'll have to then scroll through like hundreds of messages, trying to spend hours trying to figure out which one is good fit, and it's going to take you a ton of time. But just simply adding this extra little step, which is not a lot of people using this, will help you determine if that person will be qualified to have an interview with you or not. So then here, watch the video below. Usually we'll attach some type of video based on the service, or based on the person we're looking for. We explain in this short video, just recording the screen and what type of job they will be doing. And then the third step is Skype video interview. So if they went through this through this process, they'll get through this step 3, Skype video interview. And based on that, we'll disqualify a lot of people who didn't like answer screen questions. It's like they form, they like application form. So we can look at the form, see how they answer the questions we ask them, and we can disqualify a lot of people, because you can clearly see if someone is the right fit or not just based on the screening question. So that's how it looks like. And then this is just a short description on what they will be doing. So that's kind of the basic structure of the job description post. So then you can attach something here if you have some additional files to describing your project. If not, you're gonna click on next. And then here you see it says we have 3 options: one-time project, ongoing project, or complex project. So for complex project, we usually look for people like a developers, software developers, or ongoing project. But again, most of the cases you're looking for ongoing project, or if it's a short-term project, again, you would go with one-time project. So we're gonna go with ongoing project, and this is the most important step, honestly, of the entire process hiring on Upwork, is screening questions. A lot of people skip this, and this is a huge mistake. So in this, we're gonna click add. So first, Upwork will give you some options that with the screening questions they provide, and some of them are good, some of them are not really. So you can select, you see right here from select suggested, and I usually like just 2 of them. So the one I like is, why do you think you're a good fit for this particular project? Okay, and this one, what past project or job have you had that is most like this one, and why? This one is a great question. And after you select these 2 questions, then you can click on add these questions, and now you can actually add your own questions. So you're gonna click right here, and you're gonna click create your own. So then you can add here questions. So what I suggest you to do, like, ask the question, who is the idol in the specific industry that you're trying to hire people? For example, because based on that you would know if they are, if they haven't read any book or they haven't followed any people in this industry. Because it's always what we put in, that's what we getting out, that's what they'll get out. If the person is not soaked in the industry, if they if you're trying to find a video video editor, and if they have no idea, if they don't follow anyone for someone, the way they actually learn more information and actually gaining and getting better in that industry, if they can't even name any good YouTube channel that they follow, maybe for improving their video skills, or if they can't even name some courses that they took on a video editing or the softwares. So you can, depending on what type of person you hiring, is if it's Facebook ads, so you could who you can ask here, who is what, maybe you would ask what Facebook ads courses have you taken, right? This is a great question, because if you wouldn't add these screening questions, and then they would just apply and everyone will apply for a job. But now, looking at this answer on this question, if the person says none, it's most likely not going to be a really good fit, because unless they were like running ads for 10 years with clients, which is still a lot of people who are actually good, and have some experience, and they actually good in with any type of service. They're usually trying to improve. They're buying more courses. They're looking for training. They're always hungry for information to improve their skill set, because that's how they make money. So if the person is not trying to improve, that might be not the best fit for your company. So again, based on that, you come up with 2 extra questions, something like, who is your idol in this industry, or who do you follow, or what type of courses have you taken on the specific topic that you're trying to hire people. And this is crucial, because then you can review every single person who applied on these questions, and then you know who you should take on a video interview, so you wouldn't, and who you should avoid, and so you wouldn't waste hours of time talking to people who are not even qualified, and who just will waste your time and will not get you the results that you need. So that's how you set up the screening questions. Cover letter, you can leave it as a yes, so they can introduce themselves. But what I found that is not that effective, because in the end of the day, they just, a lot of these freelancers, what they do is just they have just one template, and then just like copy and paste to everyone. And you can actually, there's some tricks you can actually see if it's copy and paste or not, because if it's copy and paste, it means that they don't really care. They just like applying to hundreds of different jobs just to get someone as a client. But if someone really put time into the cover letter, you can tell, because usually it's short and it's like very personalized to your job offer. So we're gonna leave it as on, and gonna click next. And then expertise. For example, in our case, we were we're looking for Facebook marketing. So here you can select some expertise, Facebook marketing, let's say video editing, social media marketing. And here you can add, if you type in and add more skills. And then this is another very important step. What level of experience should your freelancer have? Again, as I was explaining, you don't want to go after experts. Again, they're gonna cost you a lot of money, and you won't be in control, and they won't last for the long term. You want to go either entry level or intermediate. I suggest you to go with intermediate. This is what we found works the best. Then you're gonna click on next, and then we have 2 options: United States only or worldwide. So I suggest to go with worldwide, so you can find people in other countries, and the great talents out there. So, and don't specify any countries or regions, just go all countries. Gonna click next. Visibility. So here you will select anyone who can see your job. You can see anyone, and how many freelancers do you need to for this job? Is gonna be just 1 freelancer, and that's pretty much it. Before you're gonna click continue, is make sure to adjust right here. It's called talent preferences. You're gonna click on add, and this is another third very important step. First, talent type. You want to go always with independent, because if you select agency, like other agency will approach you, and first you're gonna waste a lot of time and money on them, because you want to build a team. You're looking for one person who's independent. So I think it's pretty self-explanatory. So you want to go with independent. Then job success score. So right here I suggest you to go with 90% plus and up, right? Then English level, I usually like to go with fluent, because you want to communicate, you want to someone who speaks fluently English, so you can be on the same page. So there won't be any miscommunication. And then we have hours of build on Upwork. I like to set at least 1 hour. And this is a very cool feature. It's called Rising Talent, as I was saying. These people are such a like diamonds. If you will find someone applying as in Rising Talent, and you see they maybe don't have a lot of experience, they just starting out. However, these people are looking to get more testimonials, more reviews, because they just created a new account, and they have, usually Upwork algorithm works. They only give this Rising Talent benchmark for those who actually have a high success ratio. And it means if someone has a high success ratio, that they are good people and good talents, and they can provide a quality work. And you can find them. Actually, we found a lot of people for our agency who from this Rising Talents, because they're new on the platform. They're looking to become part of someone's team and actually be a long-term client. That's what we found works the best. And group, here we have just keep no preference, just as it is, and then you're gonna click next. And here's another super important last step, very important. So here we have two options: pay by hour or pay a fixed price. So here's a ninja tip: you will go ahead and select pay by the hour. However, on the actual interview, you would discuss to do on a fixed price, because if you would select pay a fixed price, you won't get a lot of people applying, because they like to get paid by the hour. And so if you would select this, your job probably also, the Upwork algorithm works that he pushes more higher listing, your job proposal to the first page, the ones that actually go pay by the hour, because they make more money, as Upwork makes more money, and freelancers also make more money, and they see it's more stable, because also Upwork can control that, because they record the screen how the freelancer was logging in and working on your project. So here's again ninja tip: you're gonna select pay by the hour. However, on the interview, if you would see that it's a good fit, you will always negotiate for pay by a fixed price. You could pay them bi-weekly, or you can pay them a month per month. So it's going to be like a contractor. So again, I would recommend negotiating switching to a fixed price on the actual meeting. Or again, you could still pay them by the hour, but we found what works best for us is pay a fixed price. And then how long do you expect this project last for? Again, depending on for how long you hiring the person. In most cases, it's more than 6 months. And then, do you have a time requirement for this project? Let's say it's going to be less than 30 hours a week. And then you're going to click next. And that's pretty much it. You can review your job post, how it's going to look like, as you see. And then you're going to click post the job now. And that's it. And your job will go live, and you will start getting responses, people who will apply to become part of your team, or to get the job done that you need. So these are pretty much the exact steps you need to follow to find a talented people and start outsourcing the work, so you can start having more time and actually growing and building an actual agency in a long-term business. Because it's not just a game, getting a few clients, having a side time, a side gig or something like that. You want to build a real business so you can rely on it anytime, and you can quit your 9-to-5 job and work for yourself, help other people, help them make get them more clients, make them money, and you're gonna thrive with a long-term business. So with that being said, I hope you found this video valuable. Again, I could talk for hours about the hiring and about how to build an actual team, because I spend like hundreds of hours to building my team, putting everything, the systems in place, finding the right negotiating with people, finding the right talents to build an actual agency. So I try to put as make as short as possible and put as much as value in this video. So if you like this video, again, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up. It for YouTube algorithm, because more people will see. Also, if you really enjoyed it, make sure to share this video with people who you think will find value, and people who are looking to find to grow agency and hire people and overall outsource. And make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel. Even if you're not new, still subscribe. If you were watching content and still didn't, well, I'm releasing this type of videos at least I'm trying every week. Sometimes when I get busy, it's at least 3-4 videos every single month. And that's pretty much it. And guys, thank you so much for watching. And remember, your future turbo client is just around the corner. This has been Alex, and take care. I'm gonna be seeing you in the next video.
You either pick yourself up or you let yourself down. Life will always be tough, so who the fuck are you